Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. And you see, we are one gal short today. Val and I have switched our weeks. She's going to be on next week. She had some wonderful things to do today with her family. So we hope she's enjoying the day. And we're happy to have you all with us. I'm Ellie at Heart So Connected, Marina from Heart Centered Tarot, and Shari, Voices from the Swamp. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for being with us.
Absolutely.
And so Anita, I'm going to ask you right now, is your husband home yet? I remembered that things were going okay, but did he get home yet? Just let me know, because I'm thinking about it. Sarah Broyles, thank you for being here. And Christine Fryer.
Hello.
And of course, Anita. Annie's Gifts is Anita. And Marina's here. And Leah is here. And so is Donna.
Nice.
Yes.
And Donna is here.
Yeah. And Donna Marie actually won last year, I think it was. I bought my sisters that shirt with the sisters from Christmas on it. Yeah. Because that's what I always think about, especially at this time of the year. So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. Have to dig that out. Yeah.
Allie and I were talking before the show, Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And did we not just put the Christmas decorations away? And now we have
my tree's still out. I haven't put anything away.
Yeah, you're all set then. There you go. Just plug it in.
It's been up for 3 years. It stays plugged in. It's like I like the lights, you know. So
I do too. Yeah, I do.
I have a big one that's like floor to ceiling. And the first year we were in this apartment, we put it up and everything, and it was like such a bitch to put up and take down and that the following year I went and bought a little tabletop. And it's never been taken down since
there you go.
First year I put it up. It's like, it's not hurting anything. Leave it alone.
Well, my problem is, this is not a Christmas tree, but I still love it. And I'm doing cards with Scott on Saturday, and my tree falls down.
Oh, no.
I think it's too top heavy or something. So Keith had to put some bricks and stuff around it. But I'm just sitting here and the tree's going.
Is it a real tree or is it a dead tree?
No, this is like a birch tree. It's like plasticky,
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Hi, Arlene.
Now, I've had the screen fall on me a couple of times because the animals will run behind it, hit it just right. And the next thing I know, it's either falling on me or falling away from me. And I'm
right. Yeah. At least it's not heavy. This wasn't heavy, but it was just.
Yeah, no, it's not heavy, thankfully,
Yeah.
But I keep waiting for something to punch through when it falls.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's scary. So hi, Linda, Butterfly Readings. Hi, Robin, Peace, and Maureen, and Ginny, and Cheryl, and Jules. Nice to see you too.
Yes.
And you don't take your tree down either, Sarah. You just change the ornaments. That's a great idea. Yeah, this one is
I keep saying I'm going to go buy Mardi Gras ornaments for mine, and then all I got to do is switch out the ornaments, and
switch them out.
I keep forgetting. Yeah. And I bought new outdoor lights over the summer, and Lewis finally put them up, and they're like all these different colors. It has like 12 settings, and it'll do fade in and out, or it'll do twinkle, or it'll do chase. Where it's like, okay, I'm going to have like a spaz attack if that runs long. But I don't even know what all the different things it does. It just, I'm like, I missed having my Christmas lights out there because I unscrewed the porch light because I don't like the bright porch light out there. It's too much light, and I like having my Christmas lights in the window, big double window there in the patio. That's his room. And I liked having them because it was just enough light. You could kind of see what you needed to see on the table or around you, but it wasn't intrusive. It's you can still relax. So I'm glad he got him up. I'm like, yay, my lights are back up.
So I want to say hi to Oil Painter. She and Val Bradshaw tonight will have their Grand Trine and Beaver Moon show on, talking about the full moon that's happening. And I can tell you, Diana, it started pouring here again. All it's doing is
Yes.
pouring. So there's your Neptune. And yeah,
Well, I
Bill-
know
Yeah.
I went outside last night for something and the moon was really
Yes.
bright and really close. And I thought, oh, it's really going to be
Mhm.
something tomorrow night. So, and
Yeah.
tonight it's all cloudy out there. And I'm like, of course
That's
I can't
awesome.
see it. So
Uh-huh.
hopefully it'll kind of clear up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah. Yes, yes,
just
yes.
put up the
Raining there
Christmas
too
tree. Yeah.
in Massachusetts. Hi, Crazy Jane. It's nice to see you.
Yeah.
And in Erie, Pennsylvania, it's pouring as well. Well, you know what I'm wondering? If
Hey,
it's
Karen.
a cleansing from yesterday, everybody here in the United
Yes.
Oh,
States.
please.
It's
Yes.
like, let's get rid of the vermin.
Let's get the stink off of everything.
Let's get the stink off there. Yeah. Hi, Tapioca.
Or as they say down here, it's time to get the stank off.
Yeah. So what I had come up with several questions that we were going to talk about today. And one of them was, how do we find hope in a world when it seems as though hope is gone? And I think last night we got the glimmer back. And I don't live in any of the states that won any of the things, but I live in them in my heart, in my mind. And
Yes.
it really was a beautiful night for those victories, for those folks.
Well, it was what was accomplished in those states, from California to New Jersey to Pennsylvania to Virginia,
Detroit.
Yep. Detroit. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and there were even some southern states. I think Mississippi got a few Democrats placed in positions that have never had a Democrat in them before. That speaks volumes.
Oh yeah, in New Jersey it would be heaven, Tapioca Thievery. I'm so happy for New Jersey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I was telling y'all backstage, when I went to do my lunchtime reading yesterday, all morning long, I just had this really strong feeling of hope. And then I did my normal 6 cards, not particular anything. I just, whatever the cards say, we just read them out and go from there. And they were like one good card after another, after another, after another. And by the time I got through, I was like, damn, this is pretty good. So I'm feeling really, really good about today. You know, this is something big's getting ready to happen. And then all of that went on last night. I started it today and I was like, oh my God, how about yesterday, y'all?
I know. It was
I
so
talk about hope all the time. Well,
and a year ago we were all crying. So yeah.
God,
I
yes,
understand.
exactly.
And I think also Minneapolis kept their Democratic mayor. And
that's
I'm not
good.
sure. But,
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I know we've got an election coming up. Early voting in Saturday, and then the election I think is the following week.
Really?
But I don't think there's anybody running for a seat. It's just some propositions like stuff, you know, and keep playing like 2/10 of 1/25% or some nonsense to keep funding this, that, or the other. And it's like, well, we've been paying it for years. It helps to fund whatever the thing is. I certainly haven't missed it, so we might as well keep it going. At least it's funding something, and it's not going in somebody's pocket, you know. So, but I got to sit down and go over. I haven't. I've been so down that it's like I couldn't even look at them. It's like I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't. And then after last night, I was like, okay, I'm ready to sit down this weekend and tackle them and then fill it out and mail in my ballot. So, but
awesome.
And I mean, and they started out yesterday. There were quite a few Democratic places or that strong Democratic holdings where they had the bomb threats called in.
Of course. Yeah.
Were traced because they knew where to look. They were able to trace them right back to that Russian IP address. They had several other things going on. I saw Nathan from Election Truth Alliance talking about, he said, I believe it was him, maybe it was the other one I saw, talking about they were glad to see that not as many of the ballot counting machines were being used.
Yeah.
because there's a lot of places that still use paper ballots, but then you feed those ballots into a machine that reads the answer, and evidently they were being manipulated as well. And so it's like for every 3 or 4 ballots that got fed through, they were flipping one or two and flipping one or two. And it's like, okay, that's not cool. So I know that they were concerned about that. And I did see Nathan on something else about with midterms coming up, we've got to do something about it.
Ginny, thank you. Hug
that makes me so happy. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome, Jenny.
And I think we're seeing more and more of that. And
yeah.
Oh, you must have been so proud of your relative.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Power to the people.
I mean, you've got people like MTG that's going on The View to roast Jumpy Pants and crew.
I know she wants to be
and
the
I'm
president.
like, what alternate universe have I woken up into?
No, she's trying to run in.
I'm agreeing with this woman, and she's looking at
reading the room, and she knows the tide is turning, so she needs to be on the other side. So that's
she's a smart politician. So
that's
what
she's doing. Elaine.
Yeah. So this isn't about politics, but I wanted to make sure that we mentioned it because I know I was excited, and obviously Shari's excited, and some of you are all excited, and we needed that. We needed something that said, take care of yourself. Things can change, and I think that was the beginning. So it's just so high tea garden chicken,
especially since our governor is more concerned about who the new football coach for LSU is going to be than he is about any of the other problems in the state.
Oh, it's just like the man in charge.
He's caused, I mean.
Anyway, so let's go into the topic of the day, because I really want to hear from you in the chat as well as my sisters. And so I thought about how I've been feeling, and also some of the other people I know that are around me or in the chats. And I wanted to have a way of finding hope in difficult times as we age. One of my friends said to me, she feels, she's not old, she's 66, but she says she feels so old, and she's worried about osteoporosis because she's got a weakness in her leg. And she was talking to me about this, and she said, I don't want anyone else to take care of me. I don't want to wear a diaper. I don't want to go into a nursing home if anything happens to me. And I think a lot of us kind of have that in our minds at times.
I told my son, pull the plug. Don't let him plug me in. Pull it.
Yeah. But so, and I remember my own father being angry because he had this problem, that problem, this problem. Then they wanted him to wear hearing aids. And he said, I draw the line. I don't want to do that. And you don't really think about all those things when you're younger. It isn't a problem.
No.
Even if, So I say some of us also in the chat have caregiving duties. Maybe you're not our age, but maybe you're caring for your parents and
or grandparents.
Some of us are facing financial hardships, and it's getting worse and worse because the economy isn't great. And we didn't really expect this to happen. We thought we were planning to have enough money to retire when we retired, but we didn't think about inflation, So we also have people around us that aren't really aligned with our own spiritual principles. And sometimes we are shunned, or forget it, that kind of thing. Either that or they're holy rollers, one or the other. They're not, aligned with everything. And we face loss of family, friends, even pets. And that's hard for us too. So what can we do to feel fully whole in this fragmented world that we find ourselves in? And I don't think it just matters to us in the United States, in Canada, in England. I think it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's not to be sort of a Debbie Downer about it, but there must be a way for us to unite, let's say, and be able to figure out how we, and I know Shine Your Light does that. And I know there are other shows out there that do that. But let's talk for a few minutes about how we can do this, And I'd love to hear from the chat.
Absolutely.
Marina, do you have anything to say right away?
I think that for me, I have always been a positive mindset kind of person.
Right.
As I get older, I realize that not only do I need that positive mindset, but I have to have those conversations with myself and with the people around me that I love.
Right.
That what if?
Right. Right.
And I don't want to be a burden on anyone, but I also don't want to check out before I have to. So if I'm fairly healthy and I need to go to a nursing home, fine. Find me one. I'll gladly move in there. Someone wants to clean up after me and cook my meals, sign me up. I'm there. I'm okay with that. But if it gets to the point that my quality of life isn't the same as it is now, where I can't find those little bits of joy every day, then no heroics. Don't keep me alive because you're not ready to let go. Right? So it's and I think I'm lucky enough that I'm surrounded by people who not only understand how I feel, they honor how I feel, and they realize that transition is not the end.
Right.
It's just I've just slipped into another room.
That's right.
That's all it is. So I try to be positive, and I try to every day find something that I can laugh about, that I can laugh at, that is going to bring me joy, and whatever that might be. And I'll look for reasons to say yes rather than no. And that was something. It was it was a little bit of a learning curve, because it's so easy to give into the what am I going to do? The bills are coming due, and this is It's easy to go down. So it's a little bit of work to keep it up, but that's my 2 cents. I
love that. And I know that a lot of people there was a guy that was undergoing, actually he was ill, and he had a hotel room. This is a long time ago, and got a VCR. So it was a long time ago, and watched like all these fun movies like The Stooges, Laurel and Hardy, and all that. And he said he just wanted to laugh because laughing really, really lifts your vibration.
Yes,
it really does. So, and you're right, Teresa, we are lucky to have this online community because our parents didn't have anything like this.
Exactly.
In a lot of respects, we're not cut off from society like we would have been before the internet appeared. As you got older and you became more and more and more confined to where you were at, that you lost the context of all that was happening around you.
Right.
Because you weren't able to get out and about and go and do and see. And so I think in a lot of ways, those of us in our generation who've learned to tackle the internet, and of course those that have come behind us, we've all built this existential family community besides those around us that's online, that we know all we have to do is turn the mic on and say, hey, I'm here, who wants to talk? And there are people that are going to show up and come and talk with you, and just whatever the situation may be. And that always gives me a lot of hope, or when I post a video and I drop it 10-15 minutes long, and then I get a dozen responses back saying, you said exactly what I was thinking. And oh my God, that's exactly what I've been dealing with for the last week
Yes.
or so. And it's just, to me, it's encouraging that spirit will move certain things through me to talk about. And then there are people who I'm getting feedback from saying that's exactly what I've been thinking.
Oh,
Or I've
everybody,
been
that's
going
very
through.
possible, Sherry. If you're open and you're listening and you're really listening, people will get that message. And so that is
Absolutely.
absolutely
Yeah,
true. Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
Wonderful.
And it's like I've teased my son, I've told him, I said, don't plug me in. I
Mm-hmm.
said, if I'm so bad off they got me plugged into machines, pull the
Yeah.
damn plug.
Yeah.
I said, pull the
Yeah.
plug, count to 50 and plug it in. And if I'm still kicking, okay. And if not, then let it be.
Yeah.
You have to write that
I
down
don't
though,
want to,
Sherry.
I
You
Yes.
know,
do have to
well,
write it down.
you do.
Yeah.
I do have a DNR. So,
Okay. Okay.
but,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
even that, there are situations where even with the DNR,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to resuscitate you anyway, because
If
that's their,
they don't know that you have,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
when you get
it's
it
like,
permanently tattooed on your
There
chest.
you go.
yeah,
DNR.
yeah, DNR.
Uh-huh.
It's not my initials.
Yeah.
I think all of us, me, my son, my brother, his son, I think we all got a really up close and personal view of what it was to take care of someone declining with my
Sure.
mom,
With me. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and how difficult it was and how hard it was on the family.
Yeah.
And once they finally said, no, she has to go into hospice care, how
Mm-hmm.
much easier it got
Yeah.
just removing that burden. And so it's like, in
Yeah.
a sense, I kind of agree with Marina. If it's going to be easier for me to live in a nursing home
Yeah.
where I've got professionals to
Well,
take
yeah,
care of
and there
me,
are adult communities too,
and
retirement
right,
places. Mhm.
and I can still come online and do my thing and
Yeah.
whatnot, then hey, then let's do it that way. If whatever
Yes.
insurance I have
Mhm.
covers it, then let's go that route.
Yes.
And that
Yeah.
way my family's not burdened with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
but at the
so.
same time, I'm not in any hurry to leave.
No, and no one's saying
You
you
know,
are, that
yeah,
we want to if we're doing fine. One of the things that I found when I was doing some research was that these questions, these topics are really deeply human,
Yes.
and that we are in the middle of something meaningful because we're noticing the gap between what life is and how you wish to meet it. And that is not a small awareness, it's wisdom. So as we age, difficult times can feel heavier, not just because of the loss or change, but the illusions we leaned on,
Yes.
endless time, certainty, predictability, they all fall away. And what is left is the question you asked: how do we find wholeness in a fragmented world? So this particular information I thought was great. Like when we're younger, hope feels like ambition, big plans, the idea we can fix everything. But as we age, a cup of coffee in warm sunlight, a
Yes.
conversation that feels real, a
yeah,
smile, someone who understands you without any explanation. So
Yes.
hope becomes presence, not promise. And I love that because it's the shift that we were ready for as we aged, that we didn't know we were ready for as we aged. So yeah,
well,
just small
and
things can make us really happy. Yeah.
I mean, generations before, as people got older and things like that, they're going through that in their mindset, and they're
Mm-hmm.
more and more isolated, and maybe there are problems and maybe there aren't, but as they become more isolated, it becomes an attitude of just go to sleep and not wake up because I don't want to deal with this anymore. But I
Right.
think for those of us in the technological age with the internet and everything, and now it doesn't rely upon me being able to have to get up, get in my car, and drive somewhere to go
Mm-hmm.
be with people. It's a click of a button and sit down, and I'm with people that lift me up and encourage me and make me laugh. And
Right.
I think that that is probably one of the things that is helping to extend life with a lot of people our age and older,
Right.
because now they have something to live for, so to
Yeah,
speak.
absolutely.
Whereas
People,
before,
and they're not working. Oh, I got to attain this. I got to attain this, and I have to get
Yeah.
up and work for it. We don't have to do that
Right.
anymore. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
I think we have to remember that, in days gone by, you know, people didn't live as long as we're
Right.
living now. That's number
Yeah.
one. Number
Mhm.
two, the perception of what was old was different than it is now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So by the time that, once you got into your 40s, chances are very good that you were a grandparent or about to be a grandparent in your 40s.
Yep.
And so the expectation was that, well, you would slow down, you would bake, you look after the grandchildren. You're not really, you start to kind of limit your interaction with people outside the home,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Now, because we're exposed to so many things, we're not only living longer, but we can also share our lives with other people in a way that wasn't possible before.
Very
So
true.
now we're
Yeah.
seeing, as we age, as we get older, we realize, life, I don't need to sit back, when I turn 60 and say, "Oh well, that's it, I'm done." You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
come get me, I'm coming.
How true.
It's like
Yeah.
I've said, several times before. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were?
That's right. You're absolutely
That would
right.
depend on the day for me.
Well, then that's but
You
it's
know,
here
it's
too.
it's
It's in your mind.
it's here, but it's also physical.
Mhm.
When you deal
Yeah.
with physical disabilities, it's like there are some days when I feel like I'm 100 years old,
Sure.
just
Sure.
because everything hurts and I can't hardly move that day. And there
Right.
are other days when I feel more like I'm in my 30s or my 40s,
Right.
and I have the energy to get up and do. But through it
Mhm.
all, I still think like I'm in my 20s.
Yes.
Well,
And it's
and that's
just the rest of
sometimes
me that cracks
we
up.
we act from that feeling, because I know I've said before that, I one time I was going to run after my dog who was going to go out at the gate, and I thought I didn't think about my age. I started running and I fell and skunned my knees, and I thought, oh, this is interesting. My body didn't want to work the way that my brain thought it did. So yeah. So, but I
Exactly.
think that's kind of fun in some ways. So, the other thing that I found was that we need to allow ourselves to grieve for what has changed,
Yes.
and so hope isn't possible without grief.
Yeah.
And grief doesn't mean something has gone wrong; it means something mattered to you. And so, if you're feeling sad, disoriented, or you're longing, it's not a failure. It's your heart saying, "I'm alive and I still care." And so
Yes.
this is a part of wholeness and not the opposite of it. And I loved that idea. I just thought that
Yes.
was beautiful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they're saying, give yourself to something beyond yourself. Once you focus on something else, which is what we do here on the show when we get together
Yeah.
or we have our own private shows, help someone who's lonely, make something with your hands, plant something, or teach someone something you've learned. When we contribute, we restore the feeling of being woven into life rather than being an outside observer. Now, there's another
And
one I
there's
really
something that really encourages me a lot is when I have someone who's much younger,
Mm-hmm.
early 20s, early 30s or something, who will ask me certain questions about, well, how did you deal with that when you were my age? Or,
Yeah, sure.
what am I supposed to do with this? This is happening and I'm only 30 years old. And it's nice to know that there are people out there who actually care about
Mm-hmm.
what we think and what we know and
Right.
what our experience has been,
Yes.
Um,
I love that, Linda. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
And oh my goodness. Um, recognize that wholeness is not having everything in place. Wholeness is letting all parts of you exist and without forcing to resolve them quickly. We are a society of, oh, I need that tomorrow. I need that in 5 minutes. I have a headache. I want to get rid of it right away, but
yeah,
it says wholeness. You can still be hopeful and tired. You can still be grateful and grieving. You can
yeah,
still be strong and unsure. And it says wholeness is not perfection. It is your capacity that you need to look at. And I thought that was wonderful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
very profound. Yeah,
It is profound. So, yeah, for me, my yo-yo, I'm using that as everybody know what a yo-yo is that's in the chat. My yo-yo moment comes with when do I retire? And then I make a decision and then things change that decision. And so I was talking with the life insurance lady today and I said, it looked like they took my husband's life insurance and made it less. And I said, and she said, oh, no, no, you wanted this much and he'll have that for as long as you're at work. And I said, even if I'm 85, even if I'm 140, she said, I hope you don't want to work that long. She was laughing at me. But she said, once it's in this group plan, that's in. And I thought to myself, wow, it just, I know that I wanted the life insurance for him and me because either one of us would have to clean things up,
yeah,
but it was just interesting. It was just an interesting conversation. Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah. That's why I have 3 different life insurance
Good for
policies,
you. Uh-huh.
and they're not very very big. There's not, nobody's going to get wealthy off of them. But I told my son, when I go, there's enough money that you can pay to have me cremated and
Mm-hmm.
and do whatever you want to do with me. I don't care. Um, I said it'd be enough to pay off any debt that I may have,
Yeah,
and a little bit left over for you,
absolutely.
for
Yeah.
whatever. I said,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to be rich, but it'll be a couple of grand that'll go in your pocket anyway,
Right.
And
Right. That's the way to do it.
and when I first time I told him that, he was like, I don't even think about that, Mom. I said, well, you need to think about it. I said,
Exactly. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to hit 65. I said, I'm not getting any younger. I
Right.
said, and
Yeah.
I'm realistic enough to realize that I could just not wake up tomorrow. My time's up,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
knows
All of us.
when
All of
that's
us.
going to happen. I
Yes.
don't think
Mhm.
it's going to happen anytime soon. I don't feel like it's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
But who
No,
knows?
no
No,
one
you
ever
don't
does.
know.
No
You don't.
one's guaranteed tomorrow, as
Right.
scripture says,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I said, so I just wanted to make sure that when I go, you're not left with a burden of
Yes.
what to do and how to
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah.
I've given you my instructions. This is what I want. This is how I want you to do
Yeah.
it. I've
You'll have
left
enough to
money
think about
so
at that
that
time. That's
that
right.
you can do what it is I want done, and
Mhm.
there'll still be a little bit left that you can put it in your pocket. So
Sure.
um,
Well, that's great. I mean, that's
I'm like,
thinking ahead, Jerry. That's wonderful. Jen says she lives with a teen girl and her 8 million friends come through. It touches me when some of them will choose to sit and chat with me rather than follow. I agree. I agree. I agree. And, it started with my daughter's friend, Eddie, who I absolutely adore. He's like a second son to me, but he lives far away now. But I would sit and talk to Eddie, and then I think I annoyed her because
Yes.
he's
Is
my
my
he's
friend.
my best friend, not yours, but it's a
yeah.
real education. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
Lewis was in high school, I mean, he'd have friends that would come to the house and he
Mhm.
wasn't even home, and they'd be like, well, can we just come hang out with you and Mr. Hinkle? And we'd be like, yeah, we're just watching movies, and
Yeah.
okay.
Some
And
kids like that.
they
Yeah.
never talk or anything. They just wanted to
Mhm.
come be with us because there was no one at home, you
Well,
know.
that's the key. My
Yes.
mother was like that.
Yeah,
My friends always liked my mother because she would say, "Come over here after school," and she'd give them cookies and all this stuff,
Yes.
yeah,
because their parents were working. So yeah, I
yeah,
get that. Yeah.
yeah. My
I
mom did
agree
that
with that.
with young people after she got older and didn't really work
Hmm.
anymore.
Yeah.
Before the dementia hit, she would earmark out the single parents in the neighborhood and be like, well, I can pick them up from school or just have them get off the bus and come here and they can sit here till
Uh-huh.
you get home. Why
Sure.
pay for childcare when I'm right here anyway?
Right.
You know,
Right.
you
So,
know,
Jules, I did know that a lot of debt can be satisfied using a death certificate. And I know that they'll write off, like it happened when my brother passed. My nephew, he wasn't going to pay the bill. It was a huge bill, and they wrote it off. So,
yeah,
they don't have to worry about their credit after they're gone. So anyway, yeah.
exactly.
This is nice too. In your 20s, you reached out older ladies to be friends at jobs. And I agree with you. I have
Yeah,
friends.
I did the
As a matter of
same
fact, I have
thing.
a friend that was 30 or 40 now, and
Yeah,
one that was 86 that I used to hang out with all the time.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I did
So,
the same thing. Yeah,
yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. So, this whole idea of finding hope, it says, is it possible to feel whole in a fragmented world? Yes, but not by piecing the world together, by coming home to yourself inside of it. And that happens slowly in small, repeated moments of honesty, presence, which can be also called holding space for somebody, connection, attention, and kindness toward your own becoming, because you are never finished, no matter what age you are. There's still more for you to unfold.
yeah,
And it's just a fabulous way of looking at things, and not worrying as much about oh, I'm getting so old, because that only ages you as well. So,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've had people ask me, how old do I think? And I said, well, I think like I'm still in my 20s. I said, it's the rest of me that has a hilarious laughing fit. I said, yeah, go ahead, give it a shot. Try that
Yeah.
and see what happens.
Yeah.
I said, I have to
Mhm.
really stop myself nowadays and think about before I go do something to go, oh, wait, I actually can't really do that anymore.
Yeah.
And it can be kind of depressing when you realize I
Hmm.
can't run after the dog because I
Right.
can't run
No, you got to
anymore,
do it.
Yeah.
But
or
we can work those. We
I
can
can't
work
jump on
those.
that trampoline with the kids because I'll be in
Mhm.
traction if I do. I
Right.
mean, yeah,
But you see some people in their 90s running races and
Yes.
doing
yeah,
yoga and all that stuff. It's amazing. So it,
Absolutely.
it has a
Because
lot to do
it
with
is a
this.
state of mind.
It
Yes,
is.
absolutely.
It
Yeah.
does. And I've always felt that that the elders need to be valued and respected for their wisdom. And when my elders got older, I interviewed a lot of them, and I wrote down stories, because to
Mhm.
me the stories were important. Some stories weren't real good stories. They were very depressing, but others were how people overcame adversity,
yeah.
or
Yes.
yeah. And yes, growing older is a privilege and an honor that
Yes.
not everybody has. So I
When
really, yeah,
when
yeah.
Yep.
Lewis was younger, my mother for about a 10-year period lived with her grandmother, my great grandmother, Lewis's great great grandmother, lived with her and helped take care of her the last few years of her life. And
Hmm.
we would go over and go visit because they lived in Texas. We were in Louisiana. And my mama just adored my husband because
Hmm.
he would go and sit with her and they would talk for hours on end. I
Hmm.
mean, she could talk about the Bible with him because he knew it frontwards and backwards, and they would
Wow.
just have these fabulous conversations about, well, what if this, or what did you think about that? And she would tell him stories about when she was young, and
Mhm.
he adored her. I mean, he would just sit and spend hours, but I know I had always told Lewis, I said, I don't know if you realize how fortunate you are that not only that you know who your grandmother is,
Yeah.
but you know and interact with your great great grandmother.
Yeah.
I said that's practically unheard of nowadays because
Yeah, because I didn't
people
even know
have
my
children
grandparents.
at later ages. Yeah. I mean, he never knew his great grandmother because she died back when I was 18. But um, it's just, it's so he kind of missed one of the generations there. But I said, not many 8-year-olds go spend a couple of weeks in the summer with their
Yes.
great great grandmother.
No,
That's
that's
just
true.
unheard of.
Yep. Yep.
And
Absolutely.
and he would, oh my God, my mama would like take the brown paper grocery bags, and she would cut him out Indian vest and make him the band and the feathers so he could go play cowboys and Indians, and she would come up with all this wonderful stuff that, of
Mhm.
course, raising kids during the Depression, she had to learn how to entertain them on the
Mhm.
fly because they didn't have money, and so it was a creative outlet for him as well because he I mean, he was already creative, already did a lot of artwork, but a lot of kids his age were into the sports and not into the art. And so he could hang with his great great grandmother who would
Yeah. Yeah.
create all of these things for him. And I have some wonderful pictures of him in some of those
Mhm.
garbage, not garbage, but grocery bag
Grocery
outfits
bags.
that she would
Yes.
cut out for him and make and whatnot. And
Yeah.
uh, I treasure those because it's like you
Yeah.
just, it's just very rare.
I love this. I love this. We
Yeah.
can wear our makeup. We can dress silly in our party clothes every day. We can forget the makeup and wear our lifelines with pride. Poor youngsters have so many rules to follow. That is the best part
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
in this age. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things I remember when I first started my channel, I wore like one of those little hats, they call them fascinators, and they have,
Yes.
and I had somebody write in the comments, oh, it's so nice to see a person who's older being silly. And wow, I could never do that, or something like that. And I thought, really? It's so
Yeah.
much fun to
It
be
is.
silly.
Yeah.
Yes. Like Marina and I were on, and I know you guys were on earlier with Colleen, and you were dressed up and having a great time. And I think I said to Marina at that time, we need to do this more often, even if it's not
And
Halloween.
and we do, because I
Yeah.
did get some comments from
Oh,
people who said you
oh,
need to do the dress up more often, maybe, and combine whatever we're reading on with whatever we're wearing.
oh my God, that's wonderful.
No,
I thought,
that's a
oh,
good idea. That's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
idea.
there's,
Yeah.
Um,
and of course, my imagination goes,
I know.
absolutely, 14 costumes already picked out.
That
Yes,
does make it fun. It really does, or an accent that you did your Melania accent.
a lot.
And yes, Kelly, it was fun. She was on in the morning with me, and she was dressed as a hippie. And that was fun too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Now, see, that's what Ramon did the Saturday before Halloween. He
Okay.
was on the slumber party with me, and I
Mhm.
didn't know he was going to dress up. And he was like, and he showed up on, when the camera came on, and he was in a full blown 60s
yes.
tie-dyed
Oh,
headband,
cool.
mirror
Yeah.
glasses, the whole bit.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh my God. I said, I didn't know you were going to dress up. I would have dressed up too. And he said, well, since I figure I'm not going to see you before Halloween, so this
Yeah.
will be my Halloween with you. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, next time say something and I can join you in dressing up. But
Exactly.
he looked great. I was like, that's such a good costume. And then when we
Uh-huh.
did the one with Cleo, and she, to me, was the most perfect costume in the world. She came as
Absolutely.
ice, you know,
Mhm.
with the ball cap and the long hair, the mask across her face, and the dark glasses. I was like, oh, that's just perfect. I mean, because it
Yeah.
fit the times,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the
Absolutely.
topic of what we were discussing. So,
Mhm.
um,
Absolutely.
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
And it's fun to sometimes, get dressed up for no reason.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because, like, oh, I haven't worn this in a long time. Yeah, I'm going to put it on, and okay.
Yeah.
And if I need to go to the
Mhm.
store, and people sometimes do a double take, and it's like, you're looking at me because I'm one hot mama. Yes, ma'am.
There you go.
I love it. I love it. And you people do recognize, because a lot of times in the grocery store, you can look invisible. And they say that
Yes.
about women of a certain age. I mean,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't care, but I'll start a conversation with somebody if I feel like their
Absolutely.
energy is ready for it. I don't
Yes.
usually do that with somebody that's, really, I can feel it. Can't you? You can
Yes.
feel the
Yeah.
energy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I know.
Yep.
It's like if
So,
I go to the grocery store and there's something on the top shelf I want to get,
yeah,
I
you
don't
ask somebody to
obsess
do it.
about not getting it. I start scoping out who is the tallest person in the
Yes.
aisle I see,
Uh-huh.
and I will go dead on to them and say, "Can you get that for me? Because I can't reach it anymore."
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's usually some young kid, and like, "Oh yes, ma'am," and, they're more than happy to do it. And
I
but
love it. I
I said,
love this.
I would
Happy with the,
grab one of their ladders and climb up, but I said
yeah,
it probably would be real smart, and the store would probably be scared I'd sue them.
yeah, yeah.
And they'd be
You
like,
can,
"No, no, we'll get it. Don't worry, no worries."
yeah.
So
So
Karen, I
I
love
had
that.
yeah. Go ahead.
Lost weight recently, and put on prom dress. True.
Mhm.
there
Absolutely.
you go.
I had lost a lot of weight, and I went back to college in the fall when I was going to classes, and one of my students walked by, and I said, "Hi, Tom, how are you?" And he turned around, and he goes, and I said, "It's Allie," because I have him call me Allie, and he said, "What? Oh, it is. Oh my God."
Yes.
And I thought that was amazing that, people were
Yes.
walking right by me. They didn't even recognize me at all at the
Yeah.
time. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What are you doing, Teresa? When I teach gardening classes, I tell folks I'm the crazy lady on the block. I'm encouraging the neighbors to talk about me. Look at me building community. That's
Exactly.
That's me
beautiful.
saging my windows and doors every
There you
month
go. Yeah.
outside because I can't do it inside. I have to do it outside. He's like, I know the neighbors are like, there goes that crazy lady again. I don't know what she's doing, but she's
Yeah.
out there every full moon. Man.
Yeah,
There's
howling.
something
What's
going
wrong with
on.
her? Your
Yes.
husband's famous for starting conversations with total strangers. He's an extrovert while you're the introvert. That's Keith and I are both the extroverts, but he does things that embarrass me. When we first were married, though, we would dance up the aisles. And so of the grocery store, he doesn't do that anymore, thank goodness. But, he does do other weird stuff. Yeah, very
And
weird.
my mother never knew a stranger. My mother would start a conversation with anybody who was still for longer than 5 minutes in her orbit, and she would start a conversation.
Yes.
And by the time we would leave the store, she would know their life story, who they
Yeah.
were married to, how many kids or grandkids they
Sure.
had. I mean, the
Yeah.
whole shebang, and just she thrived on it. And,
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
cool. You are so right. Now, I didn't save any clothes from when I was like in college. But I do remember that the inseam of a couple of pairs of pants that I had were size 12, and I was 120 pounds. They changed the numbers. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys really realize that, but they
Yes.
changed the numbers so that we would be happy.
Yes.
And they were better made. They didn't rip out.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
have to
you can
check
buy
them
a
when you took them out of the wash to see
Right.
where the stitching
Yep.
fell apart.
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, you could buy a pair of jeans back when you were 15, and you were still wearing the same jeans when you were 50. I mean, they lasted
Yeah,
that
they're so
long.
well made. Yeah.
Nowadays, you buy a pair of jeans, you're lucky if they get through 5 washings before they
Well,
fall
look at
apart.
furniture. Look at furniture, how awful it's made. Oh my
Yes.
God,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
I know.
Lois Tooker likes to sing in the well, honey, you're a woman after my own heart. If the
Yes.
song's playing,
Yes.
I will sing along as well. Yes.
I don't
Me
know if my leg
too.
will go up high enough, but
Uh-huh.
Me too.
There you go. My motorcycle boots.
Oh, you got
I bought a
motorcycles.
set of motorcycle boots
Uh-huh.
10
Yep.
years ago at Walmart.
Mhm.
They were like
Yep.
$10 a pair. I bought a black pair and a brown pair. I
Mhm.
still have them. I still wear them. They're just
Yeah.
old, beat up, and scuffed up, and they're kind of my raunchy boots now. But I just bought me,
Uh-huh.
I caught a
Uh-huh.
sale on Amazon Prime Day, and I bought me a brown and a black pair, brand new, and they're like identical to the ones I had before. They're
Mhm.
just, the toe is not quite as round as the old ones are. But it's like I wear my boots all the time
Uh-huh.
because they're just so comfortable, and they give me just enough of that little bit of lift. I feel taller.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's like a half an inch taller, but for somebody as short as me, half an inch is a mile. So you
Mhm.
you feel
Oh, yeah.
taller.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
I took my glasses off to go for a walk after I had my cataracts removed or whatever,
Yes.
I felt so much taller because my glasses keep my world in a very small space. And when
Yeah.
I was like walking like, wow, I don't know
Uh-huh.
why, but yeah, it was so different. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Ab-
So Mary,
absolutely.
they changed shoe sizes too. That doesn't surprise me. Not at all. Yeah.
Yep.
But you Teresa, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Um
see, I don't sing because I don't want to make people cry. or
Yeah.
cute.
I
Um,
get it. There you go. Black leather
there
jacket.
you
Yeah.
go, black
Mhm.
leather jacket.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah. Wow.
I love it.
Well, this has been a great conversation. I'd like to be able to give some time for the ladies to tell you what's going on their channels before we leave today. I will tell you that Val will be running the show
Yes.
next week on her channel, so I'm going to put that out there. Marina, what's going on?
Let me
What's
go
going
grab
on?
my
Well,
book.
tomorrow, I'll be over on Val's channel
Mm-hmm.
for episode 151 of
All
Messages for
right.
Light Workers. Looking forward to that. And
Mhm.
then at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, I'll be on Sherry's channel, and we're doing Golden Girls Coffee
Yep.
Class.
I'll be getting the
Wonderful.
link out tonight. So
Yes. And
I
then
meant to do it last night. I forgot.
on Saturday at 6 p.m. Mountain, Trish James is joining me again.
Good. Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some of her new decks, and yeah, dude, might get into
Yeah.
some readings for the folks.
Mhm. Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And that's pretty much it. If
Okay.
anyone is interested in booking yourself in for a reading, as I've been telling folks, now is a good time because it gives you kind of an overall, bird's eye view look of what's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and with
Very good at doing that.
Christmas being around the corner, think about getting a gift card for someone. It's sent to them electronically. They know
Mhm.
it's coming from you, depending on the amount that you pick. They can decide to pick a reading, to take a course, to take a class, whatever that might be. And
Yeah.
maybe it's something that would benefit them that they wouldn't normally do for themselves. So
Yeah.
where do you go to get that? You go to Marina's heartcenteredtarot.com.
Mhm.
Take a look at what's on offer over there. Look at some of the testimonials that people have sent regarding readings or courses. And yeah, go check it out. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to
There you
Allie's
go.
channel, to Sherry's
Mhm.
channel, and to my channel.
Yes. Thanks, Christine, for
I'm
putting that
done.
in. Yeah. Sherry, a couple things you're doing with Marina. What else are you doing?
Thursday night, Golden Girls. Friday night is polyterology with Colleen.
Mhm.
And I have Annie Bear coming on
Awesome.
Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock Central
Mhm.
Time.
Mhm.
And then Saturday is my deep dive with Nath. We do a pre-recorded deep dive. We'll pick one or two topics, and then he makes me do things I'm not used to doing. It's really challenging, but I'm growing from it, because he's like, yeah, you can do it. Keep going. You can do it. So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, but you're gonna have to promise you pull me out if I go too deep.
Yeah.
And then I've got a new person that's going to be on the slumber party with me. Her name is Marina, and her channel is Tree of Life Inner Guidance. And I've enjoyed a couple of her videos I've watched, and she's the one that emailed me and said, I absolutely, because her channel is so like not with the slumber party. It's like so totally opposite. And she emails me, she says, I love your slumber party. Can I come on sometime?
Yeah,
I'm
good
like,
for her.
sure. I'm like,
Awesome.
if you don't have a problem with it, then I'm good. So
yeah. Wonderful. Well, okay.
Yeah, that's it for this week.
I just want to make a mention that Pam Drennan is going to be on a Zoom call with people that are interested in having their inner child spoken to. She's going to do like a meditation for us, and she's going to bring out a way for us to access our inner child. And then she will be there as well to do clearings at that. So it's going to be from 12 to 2 Pacific on the 17th is a Monday. And the only thing and it's on my community page, but it's just, we're asking for a donation for her because she does an awful lot of work and doesn't get paid for it. So if, $5 is all you got, that's fine. As soon as we know, that you've done that, I will send you the Zoom link, but it's not this Monday, but the Monday after. Just wanted to pass that along. Yeah. And if you've never had a clearing or from Pam, then it's a real treat. It is. It's a wonderful
awesome.
treat. Yeah.
I'm waiting for Trish to get her forecaster deck back in stock. It's like it was posted. It took me a couple of hours because I was at work to go when I had a break. It was already sold out by the time I got there. I was like, God.
I'm surprised because I can't believe the tariff from there is extremely expensive. And the Supreme Court is talking about that today to get rid of them because they don't like it. I hope
they don't. And for those
illegal.
Of you, I'll tell you that the way Trish has set it up right now with the post office and with her accounting and everything else, there is no tariff. She looks after all of that.
Okay.
So absolutely.
It's good to know, Marina, because there was another company I wanted to buy something from, and the tariff was higher than the
item you wanted. Yeah.
So anyway, well, thank you, ladies. Thanks as always for joining us, everybody. Thank you to the moderators and everybody that was here, and Shari and Marina. We'll see you next week. Take care of yourselves.
Absolutely.
Bye, y'all.